Ooh, just a little bit. Ooh, a little bit more. Hello, it's the first one of 3 this week. We can't bloody wait. That's as long as we don't die in this heat. So welcome to Shoot Some Shale. I would say welcome to Kings Lynn, but we're sat in our bedrooms watching this. I'm joined by Mr. Dill. How are we doing this evening?
Melting, boss. Absolutely dying. As we've said to each other throughout the course of today, and we will probably for the rest of the week, we're too fat for this weather.
We're not the thinnest of fellows, are we?
And these temperatures are ridiculous. Now I know how like a joint of pork feels when it's cooking on a Sunday.
Oh, do love a joint of pork.
Do you want to quickly run through the 2 teams of the meeting we're not watching tonight? So we can keep up to date with them.
Give me a moment and I will find them. British Speedway. Not if I could bloody spell.
Spelling? What's that?
For the Bellevue Aces, who currently sit top of the league's table as it stands. Brady Kurtz rides at number 1, fresh off his 4th place in Roxlaff at the weekend. Noah Badorn rides at 2. Peter Kilderman returns to the Aces side at number 3. Zach Cook rides at number 4. No Jason Doyle after crashing out of the Grand Prix at number 5. Tate Jajiski rides at number 6. And William Cairns at number 7. For their opposition tonight, the Ipswich Witches, who's got a big announcement to make on Wednesday. Tom Brennan rides at number 1 with Danny King retaining his spot at number 2. Richard Lawson goes at number 3. Bellevue hater Scott Nichols at number 4. Tobias Muzak at 5. Philip Elstrom bangs at 6. And Smiley Jace at number 7.
Good couple of lineups there, I think. It'd be interesting to see how Bellevue can operate RR. There's Louis Kerr on the spanners for, I believe, Sam.
Yes, Lewis Kerr and Liam Greens are on the banners for Sam.
Jeez, that's a combo, isn't it?
Just mixing that youth and experience together.
Yes. Good couple of lineups at Bellevue. They're obviously going to be buoyed by beating Leicester so comfortably last week. But Ipswich are a different kettle of fish, but they are going to miss Doyle, who got that maximum last week. Why has Kelsey got white shoes on? What is it with Speedway mechanics and riders wearing white trainers at tracks?
Don't know, couldn't tell you much. But last week very much looked a case of men against children, wasn't it? Yeah. At Manchester, it was like watching a team of Artem Laguta, Bartosz Marzlik, Brady Kurtz, Jason Crump, Lee Adams, Thomas Golob and Greg Hancock versus
Buxton.
7 James Jessops.
And we're having a quick look at what's to come on BSN. A couple of these actually, probably we're going to be back for.
Maybe. I know we're back on Wednesday, but that's not a BSN fixture.
We're back on Thursday, that is.
Thursday we are, and that's on BSN. The Ipswich take on Bellevue on Saturday. I'm glad this is on BSN because I didn't want to fork out money to watch Plymouth, so I'll watch Berwick versus Peel instead. Then next Monday, 29th of June, it's Northampton versus Ipswich. And then now till Saturday, the 4th of July, when they're back at Berwick against the Oxford Cheetahs. And then 2 weeks today, we're back here at Kings Lynn as it's Kings Lynn versus Northampton.
I'd imagine the 2 Mondays, there's a good chance we'll end up covering.
There's every possibility.
But should we have a look at the 2 team lineups for the meeting we're covering this evening?
Oh, go on then.
If you want to do the Stars, I'll do the Lions.
So, will Kings Lynn be shining tonight? Who knows? But we'll go in reverse order for these because that's what I have to do at Scunny, and I've forgotten how to do it that way. At number 7 is the guest for Jody Scott, who's not fit to race this evening. So Jake Mulford, local lad, comes in to replace Jody Scott. At number 6 is Cooper Russian. At number 5 is Yankovic, had another very good Grand Prix at the weekend. At number 4 is Ben Cook. At number 3 is Christopher Calvin Harris. At number 2 is Paco Castagna, and at number 1 is Max Frick. Have we got a man to watch, and why?
Cooper is riding on the crest of a wave at the moment. I should also point out this graphic was made before Kings Lynn announced that Jody Scott would not be fit to take his place, so the graphic does still say Jody Scott. It is Jake Morford at number 7. But yeah, Coops is in good form at the moment, and he's enjoying his racing, and I think he'll be pivotal, especially if Paco were to be unfit or struggle later on in the meeting or not score particularly well. Cooper and Jake, to be fair, can take extra rides, but Cooper certainly around here I think is a tough man to beat.
So I've gone for number 4. I've gone for Ben Cook. I think a bit like Cooper, is in a bit of a rich vein of form at the minute. He's doing really well over here. He's doing really well abroad, and I think if Kings Lynn are to get my predicted score this evening, then it'll be down to how he performs tonight.
I'll go bottom to top as well for the Leicester team then, and copy your star. So at number 7 for Leicester, the rising star Joe Thompson. Carl Howarth rides at number 6 for this month. Number 5 is the skipper Sam Masters, who's not in the greatest of form at the moment. Slight order change for Stuart Dixon for this meeting, with Dan Thompson dropping from number 2 to number 4. Partnering Nick Morris, who rides at number 3. Drew Kemp moves up to number 2, recently joined Workington in the Championship in hope to get more meetings. And flying Ryan Douglas rides at number 1, who was hit and miss last week when we watched Leicester. Man to watch for the Lions, Palmer.
I'm going for Drew Kemp. He's not had much experience in the top 5 of a Premiership team, and I mean he didn't have the greatest Championship meeting on Saturday, I think it was. Very much. So yeah, it's I've picked him because you're either going to get everything or he's going to pull up at the back, and you never know which one you're going to get.
I have gone with the other second string. I've gone with Dan Thompson. He generally does ride Kings Lynn quite well. He's starting to feel his way back into consistent riding now after being off for a few weeks with that collarbone injury. I think this, although it will be interesting to see how the collarbone holds up with the grippy circuit, because he is really grippy tonight.
Yes, that's been requested from one man and one man only.
Prediction for this one, Palmer?
I've gone for 49-41 to Kings Lynn.
I've gone for Kings Lynn as well. I've gone by 4 though. I don't think Leicester can be as bad as they were last week. But you never do know. A lot rests on a couple of people performing. Sam Masters is going through a bit of a torrid time at the moment, but he did win the coin toss. The first one of the season, I believe, he's won for Leicester, so will that be a good omen?
Who knows, maybe.
And talking of the toss, Sam did win it, and Leicester opted to take gates 1 and 3 in the opening race of the meeting, although Sam did specify that he wanted 15, but the pairing in Heat 1 wanted 1 and 3. Couple of comments, Palmer. Winchester says evening squares, and the legend Winnie says evening fellas, hope all well. Had a family do tonight, but managing to sneak in to listen to a stream and watch BSN 50-40 for me. What a legend. The things
people do just to watch a bit of Speedway. Winnie escapes a family event. I escape a family wedding. Things we do for this silly little
here dying in 25-degree heat at the moment to watch this Speedway stuff and talk about it on the interweb.
I'm going to die in 32-degree heat tomorrow.
Westy Boy from STS has commented, evening lads in that too, and I now know that it is him after he messaged me on Discord the other night to ask if it was us. Listened to us a few times, I had no idea it was us.
Good evening, hope you're alright.
Excellent stuff. I don't know how to say this, but he's Scottish, so the Brummie accent ain't going to help.
Same thing, innit?
All talk
but
funny.
Not proper English.
Our temperature has actually dropped a touch for the rest of the week. Still 34 degrees, but it's not as bad as the 40 it was saying for Thursday earlier on.
I'm gonna say I think it's still predicted like 38 for us here for Thursday.
It's been good knowing you and all that.
It's going to be like that pairs meeting at Wolves all over again. We're going to have to sat the watch along after each one just to dunk our heads in baths of cold water.
I know you did that. I was at the track, and magically enough, actually, they managed to keep the dust down somehow. Which is still mad because I'm sure it was about 42 degrees in the daytime on that day.
It was something like that because I remember we was working in it all day, and obviously like our boss doesn't like to give us flyers every now and again. He don't like to give us flyers at all, to be fair. We only get them when he's not here. So Andy, if you're listening, I wasn't home at 1 o'clock today. I was home at 4. But yeah, I remember that day very, very well. We all thought we was going to die. Our boss didn't even give us water. We had to supply our own.
Disgusting, and I bet it went really warm really quickly.
But to be fair, me and the guy that I was working with, we was working right next door to a shop. And I kid you not, every half an hour, we would take it in turn to go to the shop to get a big bottle of water, and it was gone in 5 minutes. That's a big bottle of water each, by the way.
Jeez. Winchester has said 31 Tuesday, 33 Wednesday. You're getting away with it lightly then, pal.
Mind you, Swindon's got thunderstorms at the minute.
Oh, that'd be lovely about now to clear the air. I know Jake Allen told you the other day, didn't he, that during the meeting that we're doing a watch along to on Wednesday, during race time at Oxford, it's supposed to be somewhere near 40 degrees.
About 37, I think he said, at 7:30 at Oxford. But he's Australian, so he can deal with it.
But Ace, on the other hand, is Scottish, and he's going to combust.
Well, hopefully he's got his factor 50 on.
And we joked about this earlier when Big Al came down on his tour south of Scotland, and it was quite warm in these kind of temperatures. Big Al, I think, may have died.
Yes.
The Scottish ain't used to hot weather, are they?
Scottish aren't used to dry weather, never mind hot weather.
I must admit, looking at the pictures of this crowd on BSN, it doesn't look particularly good.
I think the thing with Kings Lynn as well is, obviously you've got the high rides grandstand, which a lot of the crowd will go into, but it won't look a lot of people there, but everybody will be quite spread out because you can be like all the way round, so it'll probably be bigger than what we think. At least that's what I tell ladies when I talk to them. It's a lot bigger than what we think.
It's a lot bigger than it looks, even in the magnifying glass.
And that's just my pen collection.
Yes, and we've got some interesting topics of discussion to go through during track grades, and the probably inevitable sunbreak that we're going to get, although it is a little bit overcast at the moment, so maybe we're not going to get the inevitable sunbreak. But during track grades, we'll definitely have a few things to talk about. The Grand Prix, and there it was underwater 1 minute and racing the next. The injury to Jack Alder and Jason Doyle. A certain man who came out of prison recently racing at Buxton yesterday. And much more.
To stay with us, folks, we've got 15 heats of Premiership racing plus a chat show in between.
Yes.
What more do you want?
We've got 5 people watching us. If you are watching, get in the comments. Tell us where you're watching from, what your predictions are, how warm it's been there by you today, and how you're planning to keep cool. Because for me and Palmer, any tips on keeping cool would be much appreciated.
I mean, I have gone down the route of cold beer, but I only had 3 in the fridge, and I'm about halfway through my 3rd one now, so any tips would be greatly appreciated. And
the big breaking news, Paco Castaño's moustache is back. He doesn't look like a little boy anymore.
Excellent. Excellent news. I'm glad he's decided to not have a shave for a week.
I ain't
Who's
watched a lot of.
snapping me now?
I ain't watched a lot of Kings Lynn this season, so I am looking forward to seeing how they go.
I don't think this is the first meeting I've watched this year. From second meeting, sorry.
We watched,
I've watched
Clint's testimonial, didn't we?
Yes. Yes, we did.
And he was a hero for red card the other night against Oxford, weren't it?
Was. After a very, very crap first ride.
He went unbeaten.
Went unbeaten after that.
Some Oxford fans I saw commenting on the red card post saying Oxford handed it to you, like, well, you shouldn't have been so SH1T in the last race then, should you?
Oxford in it. Shouldn't be so crap. Not our problem.
We get to watch Oxford again on Wednesday with Oxford versus Redcar, and we're back on Thursday as well with Ipswich versus Bellevue. So triple header this week. Lucky folks.
How lucky are you?
And
how
carry on.
And how lucky are we getting to talk while dying in this heat?
To be fair though, it's dropping here slightly. 24 degrees at the moment. My computer says it is here in just outside of Birmingham.
So, just to get morbid for 20 seconds, I've always said I'm going to be cremated. If this is how it feels like, I think I might just get buried instead.
You ain't going to feel it. You're going to be a little bit stiff.
I mean, you've got a point.
And all the riders sitting having a chinwag. There are still those few people in Speedway that say riders shouldn't be allowed to mix and have a chat during Speedway meetings. All the
riders can't be friends.
All the riders
how very dare they?
Teams are sat having a chinwag there, plus Sam's celebrity spannerman Louis Kerr shaking hands with Rob Lyon.
Well, it's nice to know if Kings Lynn need a local rider that there's no bridges burnt with Big Louis One.
And he was one the other night for Northampton, weren't he?
He wasn't very good, was he?
No, it's the simple.
2 quid to sit in the stand?
How much?
How much? Sorry. If you didn't know, if you go to Kings Lynn, it's £2 to sit in the grandstand.
But in this weather, who the bloody hell wants to be standing up anyway? Although if you sit down, it means you've got to stand up and go to the bar, whereas if you stood up, you just walk to the bar.
If you're sensible, like what I was when I went to Kings Lynn last year, you stand on the second turn, just in front of where they've got a little pop-up bar. Smart. So you only have to walk about 5 steps and you're at the bar.
And nice bit of breeze has just come through my window, and no sooner has it come, it's gone again.
Well, at least it come mush. Some of us struggle to do that.
Everyone's got shorts on. It's very rare you see people in shorts at Speedway, isn't it? Unless you're at Oxford and it's hooty.
Basically, Rush, yeah.
Yeah, there ain't going to be a sun delay tonight. It's really overcast, actually.
Yes.
We've got riders coming for Heat 1, as we said earlier. Leicester won the toss and took 1 and 3 in Heat 1. Paco Castagna returns from injury as well. Line up for the opening race of the evening. Drew Kemp goes off gate 1 in yellow, Paco Castagna gate 2 in blue, Ryan Douglas gate 3 in white, and Max Frick gate 4 in red.
So it is.
Could be a belter between the outside two in this one.
We'll say it tonight, and we'll say it this one time, unlike BSN who said it 1,000. Max Frick goes up against his former employers of 3 years.
Yes.
Like it doesn't happen to everybody else. Just saying.
Don't you come around here pointing out good things.
Sorry.
You're meant to be the dopey one of the two of us. If you start getting smart, all is wrong in the world.
Sorry. I'll wear a tuxedo to Scunny next time I'm there. So, start Marshall Capes, then walks away for heat number 1. The tapes fly away. We go to fairly even start there. It's Ryan Douglas that gets that first and first with Max Frick there blasting himself right round the outside there, which almost let Drew Kemp into the second place position. Paco Castagna is struggling at the rear of the field. And to be fair, the line at the minute is more inside to mid-track, and Max Frick just about... No, Max Frick doesn't realise that. He's just going right around the outside, which has allowed Ryan Douglas to get an astronomical lead. I think that's how you say it. I don't really know. I'm a little bit drunk as we enter lap number 3 then of lap number 1, and it's a good start here for the Leicester Lions with Ryan Douglas out there, out in front, doing Dougie things. It's almost like watching the Ryan Douglas of 2023 when he was at Scuddy for that one last year, as we enter the final lap then of heat number 1, and the Lions are going to get off to a very, very good start here with 4 points heading towards the Midlands-based team, and well, Dougie won heat 1.
That was as easy as you like. Tapes to flag victory there for Dougie. Made a good start, sent Max Frick wide. Max looked like he wanted to go there anyway, but it's nothing out there yet. And if anything, Drew Kemp was much closer to Max Frick than Max Frick was to Ryan Douglas, and Paco was never really in and amongst it.
No, he wasn't.
58.52.
58.52 was your winning time.
Heat number 1 was won by the rider in white Ryan Douglas with a winning time of 58.52, second in red Max Frick, and third in yellow Drew Kemp. 2 points to Kings Lynn, 4 points to Leicester after the opening heat. Good start from both the Lions, to be fair.
It was a fairly even start to kick things off, but then the first turn happened, and basically that's all she wrote, isn't it, really?
Dougie was untroubled, where he didn't look back, nothing, got his head down and went, and he won by some distance in the end as well.
Yes.
Drew had some pace about him. Max Frick didn't look comfortable on that wide line either.
He didn't, absolutely not.
That's the bomber line, ain't it? There's a lot of grip out wide, but it wasn't working this early on.
No, it certainly wasn't.
We got Tassels coming out for heat 2, which means Cooper Russian is on the track. And Jake Mulford guesting for Jody. Jake has hit a rich vein of form for Redcar in the Championship in the last few weeks.
He certainly has. That job to reserves done him a world of good.
It has. Heat number 2, gate 1 in red, Cooper Russian. Gate 2 in white, Carl Howarth. Gate 3 in blue, Jake Mulford. Gate 4 in yellow, Joe Thompson. As you would say, if Carl Howarth wins this, he beat a load of children.
He beat some children!
Carl Howarth is probably as old as at least 2 of these 3 put together.
A little update from Bellevue, and if you've got a spot for Ipswich like me, shut your ears now. After 3 heats in Manchester, it is Bellevue 14, Ipswich 4.
Ouch, where did Tom Brennan come in heat 1?
Last.
Not having a good season, is he, old Thomas?
No. Heat number 2 then. And Capesy walks away, the tapes rise, away we go. Good start there from Kyle Howarth, but it's Jake Mulford that gets that first turn first, and what can Howarth do now? Blasted himself right up the inside, and Cooper Russian getting up the inside there of Joseph Thompson, and it's now a 3-all as it stands, with Kyle Howarth beating 3 children as he does in his spare time. Joe Thompson goes that pretty far wide. He's going to end up in Ely near Ipswich if he keeps going wide like that. And to be honest with you, nobody's catching Kyle Howarth out in front at this point. If anything, the biggest race is on for second and third, and there's still a bit of a distance between Jake Mulford in second and Cooper in third. I nearly called him Jody then. We've got 1 lap left to go of heat number 2, and if it stays like this, which barring any form of slip, strips, falls and mechanical failures, it's still going to be a 2-point lead to the Leicester Lions.
Good race there, good start from Kyle, but Mulford made a really good one as well, but he went a touch wide next in bend 2. Kyle dived up the inside of him. Joe Thompson was buzzing around there or thereabouts, and then he decided to go wide and lost any ground and put a paid to his race really, but good battle between Kyle and Mulford early on, and then Kyle did as you would expect when he's a reserve. He pulled away quite comfortably indeed. The result of heat number 2 is a win for the rider in white, Kyle Howarth. in a winning time of 60.13. Second in blue, Jay Mulford, and third in red, Cooper Russian. Points divided 3 apiece. It's now 5 points to 7 in favour of the Lions after 2 heats.
Well, all I'm saying is it's a bit closer here than what it is at View with Bell.
Have they had heat 4 yet?
I certainly haven't. It was a 4-2 to the Acids.
Jeez, so that makes it 16-6, 18-6.
18-6.
Jeez.
Bradley Skirts took the rider replacement ride in Heat 4, and, well, to be honest, he was against Tobias Musilak and then Children.
How's Jason Edwards getting on? He's in my fantasy league team.
Nothing from 2.
Useless.
The joint highest scorers at Ipswich is Danny King and Tobias Musilak on 2 points each.
How's Scotty Nichols scoring? He hates Bellevue, don't he? The track, not the team.
1 ride, 0 points.
Shock horror. He's awful around there, ain't he?
He's not having the best of seasons in the Premiership this year.
He's found his form at Championship level, though, ain't he? He dropped just a couple of points, I think, for Plymouth the other night.
For Plymouth, old insurance fraud's doing all right. I mean, what?
Heat number 3, gate 1 in white, Nick Morris. Gate 2 in blue is Palmer's man to watch, Ben Cook. Gate 3 in yellow is my man to watch, Dan Thompson. Gate 4 in red, Chris Harris. The line is a bomber line. I don't quite think it's there yet.
Yeah, absolutely not.
And it'll be interesting to see how Dan Thompson's shoulder reacts to the grippier track, because this track is grippier than the majority of others in it.
This is probably the grippiest track in the UK when it's prepared for Speedway now. A lot of places tend to go down the route of being slick, where this is a more traditional track with a bit of grip and some of that shale thing on it. So, Startmarsh walks away for heat number 3. Tapes fly, away we go. And it's a decent start for Ben Cook there, who gets that first, although Dan Thompson going really, really wide there and almost gets clattered by his teammate Nick Morrison. Now, Chris Harris gets himself into that second position. Does he? Yes, he does. He forces Dan Thompson out the way. Says, I'm coming through. I've got egg custards to eat in the pits. And the Kings Lynn boys now just strolling away for, to be honest, what looks like it's the easiest 5-1 they're going to get, because Dan Thompson's pulled up at the rear of the field, and Nick Morris doesn't really look like challenging either Harris or Cook, who are quite far ahead in this one as it stands, and them two boys, and they're out in front, they're just racing each other now, and Harris has used the outside line now to get in front of Ben Cook. He really wants them jammed down. Let's see, he's got in the pits, doesn't he? As the turn round turns 3 and 4 then for the final time, and Christopher Harris takes a win.
You know, his Bomber complains about every single track for being too slick, and he's crap on them all, and then this one is really grippy how he wants it, and he's great on it. I'm not surprised other teams go down the route of preparing a slick track if he doesn't like it, but doesn't he half moan about them nowadays?
Well, if tracks keep getting slicker, I might think about retiring.
Go on.
Good. Then. Retire. Nobody in British Speedway wants to anymore. No bad.
And he suddenly decided he fancied the win off Ben Cook as well. They went right around the outside. I think Ben looked at him a little bit like, what are you doing, pal? We're on the same team. But heat number 3 was won by the rider in red, Chris Harris. Second in blue, Ben Cook. And third in white, Nick Morris. Dan Thompson pulled up at the rear of the field. 5-1 to Kings Lynn makes it 10 points to 8. Hopefully that's not a sign that Dan's shoulder and collarbone is causing him issues, because, as we say, this is the first time he will have encountered a track this grippy since he returned.
Absolutely. Yeah, hopefully Dan's alright.
Nick Morris did Bomber the biggest favour in that second turn by going straight across in front of Dan Thompson.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe Nick and Christopher are friends.
Oh no, Nick Morris called Christopher a fat bastard a couple of years ago when Chris wiped him out.
That's worthy of a round of applause.
We're on 3, number 4. Here's your legend and spirit animal.
Up the strawberry jab.
I believe that's a reserve change in yellow. It is. Carl Howarth comes in to
Would be
replace Joe
correct.
Thompson. Heat number 4, gate 1 in yellow is Carl Howarth replacing Joe Thompson. Gate 2 in blue is Jake Mulford. Gate 3 in white, Sam Masters. And gate 4 in red is Palmer's love and spirit animal, Jan Kvek.
Absolutely.
That sneeze, as Westy says, there goes my eardrums.
Go to the hospital. I'm sure they can give you some more.
Big race for Sam this, because he's not been very good for Leicester this year, to be honest.
Not been much copper oxide either. Come on, Jan, mate. We ain't got all day.
Some of us are dying here.
So, start Matchbox Rail for heat number 4. We will try one first time then, and it's a very good start for both the Lions boys, who are currently on a 5-1 going down into the back straight, and now Jan Kvek trying to go right round the outside there of Kyle Howarth. Done him. Now can he do Sam Masters as well? Absolutely he can. So Jan Kvek out in front doing what he was brought to do, and dare to say, against a bunch of nobodies, looks like a GP rider. So Sam Masters is trying to gain some advantage on Kvek, but Jan's just extending his lead now, if anything. And the big battle is for second between the two Lions boys there in second and third. And I can't really see a world here in which Jake Mulford passes Kyle for third place position. So it's going to be a 3-all as it stands. And barring any slip, strips, falls, and mechanical failures, it's still going to be a Kings Lynn 2-point lead. And he jammed wheelies over the line.
Sam Masters and Carl Howarth made a brilliant start there, and Jan Kvek just went for the dirt on the outside and powered round and pulled her out really, really easily actually after that as well.
Yes.
And Jay Mulford was pretty much nowhere, but from a Leicester 5-1 Egstin Ben 2 to a shared heat and a comfortable win for Strawberry Jam, as Palmer loves to call him as well. Yeah, there's questions to be asked already, I think, for that one. Heat number 4 was won by the rider in red, Jan Kvek, with a winning time of 59.59. Second in white, Sam Masters, and third in yellow, Carl Howarth. 3 points apiece, 13 points to 11 after 4 races.
So it is. And I'd imagine Big Buster, the absolute legend that he is, will be out doing a bit of track watering.
Talking about watering, if these have an interval, shall we have a quick breather to water ourselves?
That sounds like an absolutely marvellous plan.
We will double check to see if there's watering first, but I would suspect there's going to be a track ride now.
I'd expect so, to be fair.
4:18, no dust!
Get on!
I refuse to believe this.
Who are Kings Lynn? Are they a proper speedway team or what?
Or what? Because we've saw some of the excuses they've come up with to call meetings off.
Pit Gaten still needs some WD-40 on it.
Yeah.
Well, while we're here, we'll give you an update from from Bellevue.
I think we've gave them 4 updates from Kings Lynn, boss.
Ipswich it's taken 5 races, but they've got the first heat winner of the evening. There's Danny King won heat 5, Zach Cook second, and Tom Brennan scored his first point because Peter Kilderman's a bag of wank. That was 2 to Bellevue, 4 to Ipswich, making it 20 points to 10, and we haven't had heat 6 yet.
The Leicester boys have gone on to track. I think they're being called back into the pits.
I want to know what the man in the shirt's saying.
And Dougie weren't listening, and Drew Kemp drove away before we could say anything.
Capes is letting them all go under the tapes.
Well, 3 of them.
Ben
Ben
Cook's
Cook
decided.
will not be afforded that luxury, old Benjamin. Hey, Will, he's holding the tapes. Will Ben take it, or will he just go, nah, I'm going the wrong way, pal?
To be fair, you can go on the centre green now.
He's going under the tapes.
He's going under the tapes.
So the line of feed number 5 then, gate 1 in red, Chris Harris, gate 2 in yellow is Drew Kemp, gate 3 in blue, Ben Cook, and off the outside in white is flying Ryan Douglas, who certainly was flying in the opening race, and gate 4 has won the last 2 races on the bounce as well, so he's on the favoured gate. Chris Harris will find it a little bit more difficult to get up to his standard line from the inside gate this time, but did look quick when he got in front.
Yes, he did.
But then so did Drew. He put a lot of pressure on Max Frick in the opening race as well, so could be a really good race this.
It could very well be. Who knows? So, when the boys are ready, we'll find out.
Dougie's up at tapes. Ben Cook is up at tapes, just waiting for Drubert and Bomber. Bit of smoke coming out of Dougie's bike though.
Come on, Drew, but pal, hurry up. So, Capesy then walking away for heat number 5. The tapes fly up, and it's a good start there for Dougie and the 2 Kings Lynn boys. And Dougie going out wide there and gets the better of Chris Harris. And Dougie shutting the door there on Chris Harris. Says, "You're not coming round me, pal." And it's currently another 3-all as Drew Kemp finds himself at the rear of the field.
Pulling away like he's stood still.
Harris is second, and the big battle is now for third with Drew Kemp putting Ben Cook under a bit of pressure, but there's quite the distance between second and then third and fourth now. So I think Dougie's all but got this one wrapped up by any form of slipstrips, falls and mechanical failures. Drew trying to go up the inside there of Ben Cook. Ben Cook says, "You're not coming up the inside of me, friend." And I think Ben's just about got it now in the tank to keep that third place position. But Dougie making it 2 out of 2.
Really good ride from Dougie there. Didn't make the best of starts, but opted to go wide. Does make it 3 on the bounce from gate number 4. Had speed, pulled away with ease from Bomber. It was like Bomber weren't even moving. And then, as you said in the race, there was a big gap between second and third as well. Ben Cook has an alarming consistency with doing this, don't he? He looks good in his opening race and then goes to SH1T after that.
Yes.
Hit number 5 was won by the rider in white. Flying Ryan Douglas was certainly flying there, nearly half a second quicker than Strawberry Jam in the last race with a winning time of 59.15. The second quickest time of the night, only just off of his own quickest time in Heat 1. Second in red was Chris Harris and third in blue Ben Cook, 3 points apiece, 16-14 after 5. Could we see this swap back here? Could we see Joe get his ride back with Sam?
Maybe, who knows?
I thought Bomber had made it. I thought both the Kings Lynn boys had made it, and Dougie just screws it on round the outside, stays brave, and it works.
If it works, that's what matters.
He just had so much more speed than Bomber, didn't he, down that back straight?
Yeah. Absolutely, and Dougie just going round Bomber like a knife going through hot butter.
BSN said at the start of the stream that Dougie's not the typical Grand Prix number 1 other teams have had, but dare I say he's been one of the most consistent number 1s this season yet.
He's definitely been one of the better ones. Well, say one of the better ones. He's better than Jamin at Northampton, who, if you're really lucky, we might watch along to them if we're not dead next week.
Yes, Carl does keep his spot. Heat number 6, gate 1 in white is Sam Masters. Gate 2 in red, Max Frick. Gate 3 in yellow, Carl Howarth. Gate 4 in blue, Paco Castagna. Will it be 4 wins on the bounce from gate number 4? Probably not.
Probably not.
But this 1 and 2 gate here was Leicester's Heat 13 and 15 partnership more often than not last season.
Imagine. Oh, I'm getting old.
Yes, death is approaching us very quickly indeed.
Hi, Def. Give us another year, pal.
We're going to have
What?
gone through an entire heat wave and nearly died before Scunny got a home meeting again, ain't we?
A week on Friday, so yes. So, heat number 6, and it's only like 8 o'clock. And the tapes fly away. We go then. And Max Frick hasn't made the start there, and both the Leicester boys have. And Sam Masters has a lead, and now both the Kings Lynn boys come underneath Kyle off like a knife going through hot butter. And Kyle's absolutely bloody everywhere. Paco's trying to kick Kyle to say, "You're not coming around me, pal." And Max Frick's got Sam Masters in his sights, but if anything, Sam just goes wide and goes back. Goes wide and goes a little bit backwards in that one. And
the Kings Lynn boys are so out of shape, it's ridiculous.
Max has pulled.
He's done them both.
Max has pulled up. This is a big turnaround for the Bucks. Nobody expected this. But if it stays like this, it's going to be a 5-1 to the Leicester Lions. And I'll be honest with you, I can't see Paco overhauling Kyle here. So a huge scoop here for the Leicester Lions as Samuel probably takes his first race win at Premiership season.
That was uncomfortable to watch. Both the Kings Lynn riders are absolutely all over the shop. Neither of them looked confident at all. Sam Masters made a good start and got out in front. Carl Howarth looked scared to go around Paco because he kept lifting, and so did Max. So Carl cut it back underneath as they both lifted and got underneath and both entering lap 3. But a big turn up for the Bucks in that one, as you say. And Max Frick's having good Grand Prix series and stuff, but he's been a little bit SH1T for Kings Lynn.
Yeah, he's not been the rider that Kings Lynn expected him to be.
Heat number 6 was won by the rider in white, Sam Masters, in a winning time of 60.30. Second in yellow was Carl Howarth, and third in blue Paco Castagna. 1 point to Kings Lynn, 5 to Leicester, and it's now 17 to Leicester, 19 to Kings Lynn. We'll do it home then away first. And that was the first winner off gate number 1, and I think we're now going to get a little bit of a track grade. It's ironic that we're going to get some track works now that the Kings Lynn boys are struggling with the circuit, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's always the case, isn't it, when you're starting to lose at home, and yeah, everybody just like, yeah, we need some work doing.
Should we take a quick breather? Very quick breather, because I need the loo and a drink.
Yeah, go on then.
We're back.
We're back. We thought we was having a break, but we're not. We're halfway actually through heat 7. And what the bloody hell's Jankovic doing here? He's looking to go right round the outside here of the man in yellow, Dan Thompson, and Dan says, "You're not coming around me, pal." You might be the other Dan's absolute bloody hero, but I'm winning this one. So it's currently a 3-all, by the way, as it stands at the minute. But Jankovic couldn't be up Dan Thompson's rear end much more if he tried. And now Dan looking to use the inside line. So Jan now looking to use the dirt round the outside here. Can he do anything to go down the back straight then for the final time? Round the outside. What the bloody hell's he doing? Not meant to do that, pal. He scared me then, but we're 3-3 in the end, by the way.
Nick Morris is bloody awful.
He's not the best, is he?
He was absolutely miles off there. He was closer to Ipswich and they're not even at home tonight.
No.
From what we saw of that race, it was a really good ride from big Dan Thompson to fend off Jankovic, who did actually go wide and allow Cooper through for second in the end, I think. I know he did hold on. He did hold on to second. So heat number
7.
Heat 7 was won by the rider in yellow, Dan Thompson, in a winning time of 60.06. Second in red is Jankovic, and third in blue Cooper Russian. Points divided 3 apiece, and it's now 20 points to 22 after 7 races.
That it is.
Gate 4 seems to have come alive.
Staying alive. Yes. No, it was a very solid ride that from Dan, to be fair, because Jan pushed him literally all the way, and up until the fourth bend of the fourth lap when he decided to nearly bloody kill himself, to be honest.
There was a couple of people lifting on that fourth bend down there now. Kings Lynn riders in particular going quite wide, and they're getting all kinds of out of shape.
Absolutely.
And Nick Morris got absolutely bitched by a child.
Yes.
Because Nick was absolutely nowhere near Cooper Russian, to be honest.
He was just nowhere to be seen, was he? Absolutely bloody nowhere.
Wonder if now they will take a little break.
Who knows?
How we're getting on at Bellevue?
I don't look, but we'll have a look anyway. So when I last gave you an update after Heat 5, we've had Heat 6, which was won by Norwich Blow Dawn. Second was Brady Kurtz and third was Tobias Muzak, making that one a 5-1, making it 25 points to 11. And then Heat number 7, Zach Cook, taking the ride replacement ride, went and won that one with Richard Lawson second, Tate Jusky third, Scott Nichols at the back being 4-2. And it was 29 points now to 13.
Jeez, Scott Nichols is crap, ain't he, at Bellevue?
He's not very good, is he?
Be interesting to see the Oxford lineup for Wednesday, because I think I'm right in saying that Edward Kennett missed their meeting at Workington on Saturday due to an illness, which means an automatic 7-day ban for a non-speedway related illness.
Yeah, they'll probably run RR.
I don't think that really does them any favour, not with how Darwood was there last week. He was awful.
He wasn't very good, was he?
But yeah, unless he gets a doctor's note, no Edward Kennett on Wednesday for Oxford.
I'll have a look, see if they put the preview out. I don't think they will have done, but
I think it goes out tomorrow, doesn't it, usually? Although Redcar sometimes put the confirmed 7s out, don't they? Maybe they have.
Yeah, from time to time, like.
And they are actually now doing some track watering. Jay Mulford has just been spoken to now. Dan Thompson is being spoken to. He looks bloody exhausted, man.
Probably is. Now, the last thing on Oxford's post was the statement from Jamie Courtney.
Oh yeah, good move for Oxford now as well to open up paying on the gate, not just booking tickets online. Very sensible move to do this day and age.
And allowing cash,
and allowing cash in the stadium as well, yeah.
because anybody that knows me well knows I prefer to deal with cash. So yeah.
Cash is king and all that.
So if I decide to go to Oxford, then
You covered now.
I know I'm able to.
Kilb's just having a teamwork with Dan. Good ride in that second one for Dan. But there is the slight issue now of having to carry Nick Morris at the moment, who's riding in a heat leader position technically.
Yeah, he's been all right at home, but he hasn't been great away.
No, he had a bit of a difficult one for Berwick on Saturday, I think, actually, now you come to mention it.
I tried to forget Saturday, to be fair.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember now they were against you, weren't they?
Yeah.
Well, we've got a moment. Shall we have a quick chat work about that, the track at the Grand Prix and how they managed to get the racing on despite it being literally underwater?
Yeah, why not?
I'll let you cover this one because I didn't watch it.
So, I stuck with the Grand Prix for all 5 3/4 hours. It was painful, but I was just there to see if Wills was on the telly, to be honest, more than anything. But that the thunderstorms that they had was astronomical, and like you could see like the pure lightning bolts come through on the telly really well. It was very, very picturesque, but yeah, phenomenal job to get not only the track sorted, but like the pits was underwater. Just everything was underwater, and
Cooper Russian comes in for Paco here.
but yeah, they did a good job. But the meeting wasn't too bad either.
I might have to watch it back if it goes out on YouTube. In number 8, gate 1 in blue is Joe Mulford, gate 2 in yellow, Joe Thompson, gate 3 in red, a reserve switch, Cooper Russian comes in for Paco Castagna, and off the outside in white is Drew Kemp, who to be honest has looked a lot better than 1 point would suggest.
Absolutely, he has.
It's been a little while since Joe was last out, 6 races to be exact, and a track grade in between. It looks like they're trying to get this through. We just saw an overshot of the stadium and it looks like it's going to absolutely piddle it down.
Well, I mean, it'd do the air a bit of good, like.
It would clear the air a touch, wouldn't it? Yeah. 24 degrees at the moment, but there's no sun. But that doesn't really help when it's still this warm and humid but cloudy.
Yeah, absolutely. Heat number 8 then. Coming to the takes. Start Marshall, Big Capes then walking away for the 8th time tonight, and it's a very good start for Jake Mulford, but both the Lions boys are right round the outside like a knife for what butter, and just as I say that, both the Stars boys underneath Joe Thompson like a knife for what butter, and they are literally the meat in a Thompson sandwich at the minute. No, they're not, because Drew Kemp's at number 2. I definitely didn't forget. And it's currently a 3-all then as it stands. Drew Kemp with an astronomical lead as they go down back straight then for the second time in this one. And to be honest, Jake's trying, but I don't think he's going to do it. It's not got the speed in him to get past Drew Kemp, and Kings Lynn really need their team to come to the party now, because I know it's only 2 points, but this is halfway through the meeting, and yeah, you can't afford to be just getting 3 threes now, especially when you're down at home. But coming around the final couple of bends then of heat number 8, and Drubert takes a win.
Good ride from Drew. Joe made a really good start as well, but they both ended up going to the same turn and wanting the exact same line at the exact same time, and Drew got there. Joe then just slipped backwards, found himself in that place we like to call no man's land, and that was pretty much all she wrote for him. So in number 8 was won by the rider in white, Drew Kemp, in a winning time of 61.70. Second in blue was Jake Mulford, and third in red the reserve change Cooper Rusham. 3 points apiece, and it's 23 points to 25 now as we move on to heat number 9. And you can really see where the issues are coming from Kings Lynn, can't you? Max Frick 2 points from a possible 6, Paco 1 point from a possible 6, and being substituted out of his last one. To be fair, the more consistent scorers are the reserves. 2 seconds and a last for Jake Mulford, 3 paid seconds for Coops now.
Yeah, absolutely. At least he's consistent.
But then there's also issues coming for Leicester. Dougie's unbeaten. Drew won that one, but until then had only got 1. Nick Morris is only on 1. Dan's on 3, but an impressive 3, and Joe's failed to score from 2. Sam Masters has stepped up at the moment, though, and so has Carl Heworth.
Absolutely.
Christopher's back.
Oh, yay. I mean, it's lovely to see him.
There is some team news from Paul and Berwick ahead of Wednesday's meeting. The meeting we won't be covering, but we'll have updates from. Chris Harris guests for Paul at number 1 with Richard Lawson on Danish duties. And Leon Flint covers at number 1 for Berwick in place of Peter Kilderman, who's also on Danish duty. So it's Paul versus Berwick with a sprinkling of Glasgow.
British Speedway. Don't you just love it?
Heat number 9, gate 1 in blue, Ben Cook. Gate 2 in white, Sam Masters. Gate 3 in red, Chris Harris. Gate 4 in yellow is Kyle Heworth. Battle of the 2 skippers here, both on 5 points. Both with a win and a second. Ben Cook is on 3, paid 5. Paid win in his first one, paid second in his second one, but was way off the pace in his second one. Kyle Heworth on 6, paid 8 so far from 3 races. So a lot of points been scored between these lot.
How's Kyle going to get on in this race when he's not racing against children?
But he's off the favoured gate now, with gate 4 winning 5 of the 9 heats that have 8 heats that have taken place so far.
8 heats, 9 heats. What's a heat between friends? Heat number 9 then. It says so on the top of the tally, so it must be. Sam Asher rocks away, and we'll try heat number 9. And it's a decent start for Ben Cook, but Kyle was blasting himself right round the outside there. And what could Chris Harris do? Comes underneath Sam Masters like a knife going through warm butter, because the butter's cooled off now, you see. But Kyle Howarth there with a massive lead now over Ben Cook in second, and Chris Harris in third. And it's going to be another 3-all, and yeah, the home team really need to get to the party if they're going to take the win here. I know Leicester have, if this stays as it is, they'll almost have hit their score from what they got at Manchester last week. So it's certainly an improvement out of them. And now Chris Harris looking to go round the outside here of Kyle Howarth. Harris has got 1 lap to do, so Harris up the inside of Howarth there, and passed himself right round to the first airbag. I didn't know what the was saying then, but anyway, race is over and we're even now.
Yeah, Bomber found all that speed, but some of the Kings Lynn boys are struggling with this track. It feels like it's been set up for one man, but the rest of the boys are struggling with it. Because he showed why it's set up for him there, but when Max Frick and other people can't ride it, then, is it detrimental to the team to set it up for him and not for everybody? Because there doesn't seem to be an happy medium. Him winning a race brings the scores level, but if your number 1's barely doing anything, your number 2's barely doing anything, it's not good. Good ride from Chris Harris in red to win heat number 9 with Carl Heworth in second. He looked really surprised as Bomber came round him, and Ben Cook in third in blue. 4-2 to Kings Lynn. Palmer says it, and he's right. We're about level 27 apiece.
I'm just saying.
Sam was nowhere either.
I don't think Chris Harris has got a transponder.
Because these race winning times aren't going up.
No, and everybody else's are. Meant to have a transponder these days. Naughty fat man.
But he got on that outside line and it worked perfectly for him. But he moans about slick tracks. He's the only one of his teammates that can ride this one at the moment. With it like
And
this.
this isn't very slick, is it?
You would have got long odds on Bomber winning this race from where he was after one lap, though.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I dare to say this, right? I'd like to see this meeting being ran on the track if the track was prepared for a National League meeting.
Very slick.
Yes.
You almost see Kyle look over at Bomber, see him diving up the inside, and you can almost hear Kyle going, "Oh,
Rumour has it, somewhere down in Suffolk, that's exactly what you can hear.
How's it going at Bellevue?" Oh, hang on. Strawberry Jam's on the screen. Palmer's going to be temporarily engaged for 30 seconds while he boshes one out.
I've got two hands, I can look at Bellevue and bosh one out with the other. We've just had heat number 9, but I think when I left you we'd just done 7, so heat number 8 was won by Norwick Gladorn, Danny King second, Smiley Jace third, William Cairns last, 3-3, 32-16. Heat number 9 was a win for Zach Cook, second was Peter Kilderman, third was Tobias Musilak, fourth was Phil Bangs, Blokes and Birds. That was a 5-1, and the current score now at Bellevue is Bellevue Aces 37, the Ipswich Witches 17.
Tobias Musilak's a little bit crap around there, ain't he?
To be fair, Ipswich are a little bit crap around there.
Again, very good point. Once heat number 12 is done, we will open up the poll for our Ride Weather meeting. Me and Palmer will nominate one each. Anyone who's watching will be able to vote.
Yes.
And that will close after heat 14, so you've got 2 races to vote in.
Plenty of time.
See, Jam Man gets an handshake from Kilby, something Mr. Bomber didn't get. We're out on track for heat number 10. Is Max Frick finally going to win a race? By his form so far, probably not.
Probably not. Not against Dougie.
He's against Morris and Daniel. First,
So he is. I'm looking at the wrong race.
Yeah, you're a little bit ahead of it. We're not on 13 yet, but two before. I mean, he probably... I think that's Carl Eworth in white. I think Nick Morris has been taken out. That's definitely Carl Eworth's helmet.
I'll have a look, see what British Speedway updates are saying.
That's definitely Carl Eworth. That's not Nick.
Yeah, it's BSPA updates have it as Kyle Eworth in white here.
That would explain the delay. Heat number 10 then, gate 1 in blue is Paco Castagna, gate 2 in yellow Dan Thompson, gate 3 in red is Max Frick, and gate 4 in white Kyle Eworth.
So it is. Marvellous work.
Gate 3 won the last race actually with Bomber, although it didn't make the start.
No. Heat number 10 then. Hard to believe we're 2/3 through this meeting. We've only been going an hour. Tape sleigh anyway, away we go. It's a decent start there for the one in the yellow helmet colour. Dan Thompson, and now Kyle Eworth gets underneath Max Frick, and now Max Frick looking to come back round the outside here, and what can Max do? He's done him. Nice move there from Max Frick. Paco Castagna's at the back because he's called Paco Castagna, and it's a good race this developing between Kyle and Max, and to be fair, Max is starting to put Dan under a little bit of pressure now out in front. So Max now looking to go really, really wide there. What can he do? Dan goes wide. Max looks to cut to the inside. It's not quite worked out for him in this one, but there's still another lap, I do believe, in this one to go. Yes, there is. So what can Max Strick do for the Kings Lynn Stars? Or will Leicester regain a 2-point lead? Although Kyle Howarth's not a million miles now either off Max Strick. Paco Castagna's a bloody embarrassment to Kings Lynn at this point as the come round final two bends in and Kings Lynn lose a lead. Well, they didn't even have one, to be honest.
To be honest, you talk about Paco being an embarrassment. Max Frick still hasn't won a race. That's quite embarrassing considering he was just beat by technically a child.
Yes.
Kyle was there or thereabouts early on. He's doing really well, but Dan Thompson's got it all right after that his first race, and he looked comfortable there. Max was chasing him, but kept getting all out of shape. Heat number 10 was won by the rider in yellow, Dan Thompson. Second in red was Max Frick, and third in white, Kyle Howarth. 2 points to Kings Lynn, 4 to Leicester. Leicester very quickly opened that gap up again. 29 points to 31.
That it is. It is indeed.
And Drew's looked better than his points would suggest. He won Heat 8 comfortably, but he was on the pace before that as well. And Dougie's still unbeaten. I've got to say, I think I favour Leicester for another heat advantage in 11.
So do I, to be honest. It'll be interesting.
It felt like Max didn't fully commit to that wide line. He's not doing what Bomber did. He's not committing. He's kind of half-arsing it and almost, I don't know, getting so wide and then checking his underpants because he doesn't want to go any wider, whereas Bomber went right up to the fence and found grip. Max was as quick as Dan, but he wasn't going to pass right in the same line as him.
Do we reckon Max is still feeling the effects of his crash from the Grand Prix?
No, because he's been crap here all season.
That is a very valid point.
I just don't think they're setting the track up to suit him. Like we've said, I think they're setting it up for Bomber, and Max in particular isn't exactly enjoying it like that. Because Max isn't an outside line kind of rider, is he? He'll make a gate and then just ride a steady line to defend it, you know, mid-track to inside usually, and just drift up if he needs to. But this feels like it's set up to be around the boards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here number 11, gate 1 in white, is flying Ryan Douglas, still unbeaten by an opponent. Yankovic goes off gate number 2 in red. Drew Kemp gate 3 in yellow, and Cooper Russian goes off the outside in blue. And this across the tapes goes 6 points, 5 points, 4 points, 3 points.
5, 6, 7, 8. My boots soon
Palmeroki.
Live on Shoots of Shale.
If you are still watching us, get in the comments. The comments have dried up a little bit. Let us know how warm it is where you are at the moment, what you think of tonight's meetings, what you think of me and Palmer talking SH1T about tonight's meetings, and anything else that you might want to let us know.
How mint cornettos are the best.
Oh yes. Although I will shout from the hilltops that I think these bubblegum ones are beautiful.
So I still need to try them, to be honest. Tapes fly then for heat number 11, and it's Dougie that gets to the first. And to be fair, Drew Kemp's with him now. Kvek up the inside, and so is Cooper Rushard. It's currently the Lynn boys now on a 5-1. Now what could Dougie do as he's looking to come round the outside of Cooper Rushard? Cooper makes a mistake there. How the bloody hell he stayed on, I'll never know. But he just about heads off the challenge of Drew Kemp, and now Dougie's got Jan Kvek in his sights. But there's a bit of a distance between them two at the minute. And Drew is not a million miles off Cooper at the rear of the field. So the 4-2 the Lions got in heat 10, as long as this stays like this as it is at the minute, it's going to be back to being all square as Yankovic comes round turns 3 and 4 for the penultimate time in this one, and he's almost half a straight in front now with Ryan Douglas. And surprises at the back, so Drew Kemp decided to retire from the race, and impressive ride there from Yankovic.
Yeah, Cooper made a good start with Dougie, and he kept pushing him wider and wider, and I think he was expecting Dougie to shut off. Dougie didn't. He showed his balls and he went round the outside of Cooper, and Cooper got all out of shape. Not sure if the two bikes touched, but I think Coops was expecting Dougie to shut off the further he pushed him wide, and Dougie was having absolutely none of that. And Stuart Dixon needs to get out of Drew Kemp to stop giving up when he's at the back, because that's a trait he does not want to be having.
Absolutely.
Heat number 11 was won by the rider in red, Yankovic, in a winning time of 60.37, half a second quicker than Dan Thompson in the last one. Second in white was Ryan Douglas, and third in blue Cooper Russian. 4 points to Kings Lynn, 2 to Leicester, and it's 33 points apiece.
That it is.
Yeah, brave from Dougie that. Cooper did not expect him to stay screwed on, did he?
No, absolutely not.
And Dougie made a good start, but he went wide where the line was earlier on, and he gave him nothing. Feels like it's almost started to move back a little bit now.
It is a little bit, isn't it?
But Yankovic pulled away then. And it is marvellous that he's decent enough in British Speedway, but at Grand Prix level, he's done okay-ish, but consistently he's just not that good at Grand Prix level, is he? And he's going to be there next season.
He's a lot better now than when he started in the GPs. Was it last year or year before?
The year before, I think. I think he did 2 seasons in there.
I mean, I think he's made, the last 3-4 semi-finals? I don't know. But he's a lot... There's room for improvement there, but he's a lot more improved than when he started. Hello, Charlotte.
We're having another track grade. What's going on at Bellevue? Bomber's getting ready to go out for Heat 12. Jan's giving him a little spank on the bum.
I'm not jealous, I promise. Well, it's got to Heat number 11. And I can tell you that Bellevue's quite convincingly won the meeting. When I last left, it was 37 points to 17. Heat 10 happened. Brady Kurtz won it. Noah Bladone come second. Richard Lawson come third. Scott Nichols come last. And that was a 5-1, making the progressive scores 42 points to 18. And then Heat 11 was won by Danny King, with Tate Rzyski in second, Peter Kilderman in third, Tom Brennan finished at the rear of the field.
Oh,
that's
God.
3-all, and the score now is 45 points to 21.
Tom Brennan's bloody awful this year, ain't he?
He's not having the best of seasons, is he?
I think he needs to get back into the championship, to be honest.
Is it the pressures of being a number one?
I think he could do with championship racing again.
Reserve switch, by the way. Cooper's coming in from Ulford.
So the lineup for Heat number 12, gate 1 in yellow is Carl Howarth, gate 2 in red Christopher Harris, gate 3 in white is Nick Morris, who's been awful this evening, and off the outside in blue, that reserve change Palmer mentioned, Cooper Russian comes into replace Jake Mulford. Consistent for Cooper for third places, 2 of them were paid seconds, 2 were not. And I've got to say, I favour Kings Lynn in this one.
So do I, to be honest. So the tapes rise then. Away we go. And Kyle Lowis made the start. But what the bloody hell was Nick Morris doing?
Bomber tried to kill him.
But so Bomber's out in front. And it's currently a 4-2 as it's that. Nick Morris is a bloody embarrassment, isn't he? But yeah, Chris Harris is he's that far out in front, he may as well go to Manchester. And now Nick Morris is looking like he's putting a challenge in. And if he doesn't get past him, Nick Morris, you'll have been beaten by a you're about to get beat by a bloody child. Anyway, that was the most pathetic fall I think I've ever seen in my life.
It was the most pathetic excuse to get up I think I've ever seen in my life. He just had his head on the floor and was kicking his legs like a fish stranded on the beach.
As you do.
That'll be awarded.
I'd expect so.
There wasn't really a race to be had. Bomber was clear out in front, and I don't think Coops was getting Kyle either. You could see that coming. Just a simple slide off, but look, he just lies here, kicking his legs on the floor like, I can't be asked to get up here. He was trying to get stopped for a rerun, but that'll be awarded. There was no race really to be had, but that was pathetic to try and get up. And that's twice now. Nick Morris has been absolutely annihilated by Cooper Russian, and that's embarrassing.
Yes, it is.
Nick looks a little bit fed up with life, it's got to be said. He looks fuming.
He just wants to go home.
Stewart didn't even acknowledge him then, did he?
Nope.
I'd suspect that it has been awarded. Paul Mulford, who would have been guaranteed a third place.
Exactly.
The result of heat number 12 was a win for the rider in red, Chris Harris. Second in yellow was Carl Hereth, and third in blue was Cooper Russian. 4-2 to Kings Lynn. It's 37 points to 35. Palmer, do you want to nominate a rider of the meeting?
Dan Thompson. No reason why. Just Dan Thompson.
I am going to go with bloody pains, mate. It's going to have to be Bomber. He has won 3 races.
Got a point.
So there's now a poll. If you are watching, get in the poll. Give your vote. Dan Thompson or Chris Harris for our rider of the meeting. We're on team number 13. Gate 1 in red is Max Frick. Gate 2 in white, Ryan Douglas. Gate 3 in blue, Jan Kvek, the man who beat Ryan Douglas last time out to end his unbeaten run. And off the outside in yellow is Sam Masters. I've got to say, after Kvek beat Dougie so convincingly, if Max Frick gets his act together, I could see Leicester being tactical territory down after this heat.
There's every chance. But you just never know. You never know to never know. So, heat number 13 takes rise. Away we go. Dougie's got to first and first, so has Sam Masters. It's currently the Leicester boys then on a 5-1, but now Kvek looking to come up the inside here as Sam Masters. Can he do so? Masters goes really, really wide there, and if anything, he's about to overtake Dougie out there in front. This is a little topsy-turvy meeting, this, isn't it? And Dougie and Sam now just looking after each other, and if anything, the Leicester boys are starting to become into a different postcode to the Kings Lynn boys. We didn't have this in the script. Since when did Sam Masters get good? As we head to the next lap, I'm not sure which one we're on, but it's still currently Leicester at a 5-1, and they're going to
4 now.
There we go. And Leicester are about
down.
That's by Jam.
Are you Drew Kemp in disguise?
Yes. But yeah, the Lions regain a 2-point lead.
Did Dougie win that one, yeah?
Yeah.
That was a race that was won in the pits. They knew exactly what they were doing. Dougie and Sam were crossing lines. Sam would go inside to outside, Dougie would go outside to inside. They did trip each other up a little bit, it looked like, and they are just talking about that now. But these two did a lot of Heat 13s for Wolves back in the day, and it was similar results. And Sam Masters reminding people what he can do, and Ryan Douglas absolutely smashing them two, and Max Frick's been awful. I don't know what else to say. He's been absolutely embarrassing.
Certainly not been a number 1 rider, has he?
No, not at all. Heat number 13 was won by the rider in white, Ryan Douglas. Second in yellow was Sam Masters, and third in red, Max Frick. Yankovic retired at the rear. Winning time of 63.94, 1 point to Kings Lynn, 5 to Leicester, and it's now 38 points to 40 with 2 heats to go. I suspect we will see Carl Hereth for his 7th ride here in place of Joe Thompson. Joe's got to go, ain't he?
Joe's got to go.
Yeah, Joe's got to go in. Pressure on Dan here then. And this is where Stuart Dixon's tactics may come back to haunt him. I would have given Joe his rides before now.
Yeah. Let's have a look, see who's up for Bussner's Rider of the Night.
I imagine Cooper might be one of them.
Incorrect.
Harris, Kvek, Douglas and Thompson? Yeah. Or Heworth?
Harris, Kvek, Douglas, Thompson.
Kyle Heworth's been harshly done, I think, there.
And as it stands at the minute, Doug is winning it with 52% of the votes.
Yeah, Dougie has been good. I think there's a shout for Kyle Heworth. There is a, thing to say, I should be doing that at reserve, but he's gone out and he's taken 6 races. He could get E15 yet, who knows? Although Sam's probably put himself right back in that discussion now.
Absolutely.
And Dan Thompson has got to do this from the inside gate, which has gone off a little bit now. The inside, I think, is actually the worst performing. It is, yeah. Gate stats after 13 races. Gate 1 has got a single win, Gate 2 has got 5, Gate 3 has got 2, Gate 4 has got 5, so it's very much in Kings Lynn favour with gate stats here. Heat number 14, yeah. Dan Thompson, Gate 1 in white, Cooper Russian, Gate 2 in blue, Joe Thompson, Gate 3 in yellow, Ben Cook, Gate 4 in red. It's been the story of Ben Cook's season again tonight so far, ain't it? He won his first one, he might well win his last one, but at the middle of the meeting has not been particularly great.
It's not been great, has he?
The poll is still open until the checkered flag of this race. So far we've had 3 votes, and at the moment Dan Thompson is winning.
Just proves what we all know. Nobody likes Chris Harris.
There has only been 3 votes, to be fair.
Yeah, that's the point. Tapes has risen then for heat number 14, and the 2 Thompsons has got there first, but the 2 Kings Lynn boys was going to go through, but Joe with a very smart ride there, and Ben Cook looks really disappointed. Now what can Cooper do is he blasts round the outside there. He's got round the outside of one Thompson, he's got the other Thompson in his sights, and Ben Cook now trying to do anything to get anywhere close to Joe, to be honest. It's he's struggling a bit in this one, and now Joe's going a little bit wide there. Ben looking to come up the inside, but there just isn't the space there for him. It's just not close enough, and this will all but win Kings Leicester, the meeting as it stands. Although Ben Cook is very, very close now to Joe Thompson. We've got 1 lap left to go. Then what can Cook do? Can he get underneath Joe? He's not looking like, can he? Joe goes wide. Cook up the inside. Brave. Joe just has the bollocks just to be like, you're not coming round me, pal. And Dan's won that one, and Leicester's won this one.
Wow. Good ride from Joe. He got there early on as well. I've got to say, I think if Kings Lynn want to save their season and start to improve, they need a 2 in 2 out. And it sounds harsh, but I think Bomber and Ben... Paco Castagno and Ben Cook may be waiting for the job centre soon enough, because they're both crap, ain't they?
They're not very good, are they?
And Kings Lynn need to do something.
Yes, they do.
Ben Cook's got this really weird thing. We spoke about it earlier. He starts well and he gets worse as the meeting goes on, and it's happened again. But the result of heat number, and that's another one for Gate 1, of heat number 14 was won by the rider in white, Dan Thompson, 3rd win of the evening after retiring from his opening race with a winning time of 63.02, which was almost a second quicker than heat 13.
But it was, yeah.
Second in blue was Cooper Russian, and 3rd in yellow, crucially, Joe Thompson with Ben Cook at the back. 2 points to Kings Lynn, 4 to Leicester, and it's 40 points to 44. So, worst case scenario now, Leicester are going to take a draw, but I suspect Dougie and I think you toss a coin between Sam and Dan. I think consistently Dan's been the better rider, but does Stuart go for the experience of Sam?
Who knows?
And I think it's obviously going to be Bomber and Quebec for Kings Lynn as well. We'll close
Yeah.
the poll now for our Rider of the Night result. And we can say that Dan Thompson wins with 5 votes cast. Dan Thompson wins with 80% to 20% with a swing of 5 votes to 1. So Dan Thompson is the Shoot Some Shower rider of the meeting.
Well done, Dan. You win absolutely F all.
And Quebec and I think Bomber there having a chinwag. I think we know exactly who's going to be in there, don't we? Do you want to run through the individual scorers up to this point?
So for Kings Lynn and Max Strick 5, Paco Castagna 1, Chris Harris 11, Ben Cook 4 and 2, Yankovic 8, Cooper Rushard 7 and 2, Jake Mulford 4, Ryan Douglas 11, Drew Kemp 4, Nick Morris 1, Dan Thompson 9, Sam Masters 7 and 1, Kyle Howarth 11 and 2, Joe Thompson 1.
Some riders you wouldn't expect have really stepped up there, and Kyle Howarth, yes, he's a reserve, but he's still had to do the scoring, and he's against one of the hottest prospects at reserve in British Speedway right now, and he's gone out, he's beat main body riders from Kings Lynn at the home track as well. And Dan Thompson as well bounced back really well from a retirement in Heat 1, in his first heat, you know, the Heat 3, but he's done really well there. Could Kyle be getting that bike ready for 15?
There's every possibility. He's got one ride left.
He's fueling that up. Or is he draining? He might be draining it actually.
Fueling it, draining it, same thing, innit?
And it does look very overcast. It looks like there might be a storm coming down on the south coast.
Ooh.
Suffolk coast. It's going to be Dan and Dougie, ain't it? Stuart's having a chat with Dan. It's going to be Dan and Dougie in 15.
It certainly looks like it.
And Dan Thompson absolutely deserves this.
Massively. Dan Thompson is just a British Nikolai Clint.
In what way?
If you watched Red Car Rod Friday, you'd understand.
Oh, shot in his first one and then went and beat.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say up and down like a prostitute's underpants.
No, that's what I'm aiming to be.
Oh.
I know it's easy to get the Dans mixed up. It's an easy thing to do.
Max Frick looks disappointed. To be honest, he bloody should. He's not been very good.
Should be.
And people will say, oh, he was against his old club, blah, 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 but he's just not been at the races, has he?
No, absolutely not. That poor Ryan Douglas top having to be worn by him.
Who is it?
Hi, James!
Oh, really?
Should I say any more?
I couldn't tell it was him.
Oh, yes.
How are we going at Bellevue?
You know what? I'll just have a look now. We've had heat number 12, which was won by Peter Kildemond. Jason Edwards come second as a reserve switch. William Cairns third. Richard Lawson got beat by children.
God.
And it's 49 points to 23.
Jeez. I think you went with the widest margin. Oh no, Big Alan actually went for the widest winning margin. And he's only 5 points left, so unless it's a miraculous turnaround for Ipswich, none of us are going to be anywhere near.
No, absolutely not. I could tell you Ryan Douglas is in white, Dan Thompson's in yellow.
I'd suspect Kings Lynn will take gates 2 and 4 as well. They've been consistently the best. The gate stats, 2 and 4 have had 10 wins combined, 5 each. 1 and 3 have had 4 wins combined, 2 each. So 2 and 4 really are the best gates by some distance.
I'm expecting Chris Harris in blue off 4.
And I'd probably suspect Yankovic goes off 2. because he's the better gaiter of the two, and they're going to want him to try and clamp Dougie onto the inside.
Yeah, absolutely. At least to make this, or to try and make this as respectable for the home supporters as they possibly can.
There was talk earlier on in the build-up for this that Kings Lynn beat Northampton in the end last week, but that should have been a warning sign that they're not as good at home as they'd like to think. Bomber is in blue, you were correct.
They beat a bunch of children. There's Ingram.
Ingram spanner in for Big Dan.
Ingram helping his brother-in-law out. What a boy.
I prefer Ingram in his Kevis because he's got our logo on his arm.
Yes.
Ingram had a tough one at Berwick the other day, but for his first view of the track, he'll learn from it, and next he gets to go there again. He's got a poncho on. Is it raining? Or does he just fancy looking like an idiot?
I don't know. But his wife next to him also looks a bit of an idiot. And it is Yankovic in red.
And I would suspect they're off 1 and 3 as well. 2 and 4 even. Leicester will have got given 1 and 3. And this is probably why, yeah, that's correct, yeah. This is probably why Sam Masters wanted the gate choice in 15 for this exact thing. But, yeah, here we are. So, the lineup for number 15, gate 1 in white is Flying Ryan Douglas, beaten once tonight, and that was by the rider in red next to him off gate number 2, Yankovic. Gate 3 in yellow is Dan Thompson, who retired from his first race but has won his last 3. And off the outside in blue is Chris Harris, who's won 3 of his 4 races and dropped just 1 point to an opponent. 11 points for gates 1 and 4 with Bomber and Dougie. 8 points for Yankovic and 9 for Dan Thompson. This could be a cracker of a race.
Could be. Or it could all be over by the first bend.
Could be.
It's not going to be even anything in between.
Winnie sent me the race winning times that I missed out on earlier, that Bombers weren't showing up for Bombers wins on the BSN stream, so thank you very much, Mr. Winchester.
Thanks, Widdled.
Here's a chance for us to thank everyone that's tuned in, because we're probably going to go and dunk our head in a nice cold bath straight after this as well.
Absolutely. Look, we could be done for 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, Starmaster then walks away for the final time tonight. The tapes lie away we go. And Dougie and Dan have both got there first, and it's currently the Lions there on a 5-1. Now, what can the Kings Lynn boys do? As Quebec looks to come up the inside and Bomber around the outside. It's not quite worked out for him just yet, but Bomber looking to come round the outside of Dougie. Has he done him? He has. Lovely booth there from Chris Harrison. I don't really like saying that. And now Quebec looking to do the same. But Quebec, if anything, is just going backwards at the minute. And Chris Harris has got Dan Thompson now in his sights. Dan goes wide. Chris Harris looks to come up the inside there. Dan says, "You're not coming round me, pal." So Chris Harris says, "All right, then I'll try coming round the outside." Like, "You're not coming round me either." Again, pal. Yankovic, he's a bit crap, but he's got the best seat in the house watching this unfold. And now Chris Harris back rasting right around the outside there of Dan Thompson. Now what can Thompson do as he looks to come up the inside here? And it's race far from over as it stands. But yeah, Chris Harris is going to take the win there in heat 15. And it's a free all.
Good ride there from Dan, made a really good start, and Bomber just looked quicker. He was going wide, and again, track was set up ideally for him, wasn't it? Dan Thompson drops just 1 point from the races he completed this evening, and Dougie with paid 13 as well. Bomber gets 14 of 15, definitely back to a bit of form for Christopher, and Yankovic just couldn't make anything work off gate 2, and it was way out the back, and yeah, it's one of those. Kings Lynn, that the writing was on the wall last week, that they got pushed so close by a Northampton team, which to be honest isn't as strong as this Leicester one, and tonight they've paid the price. Bloody hell, we've got a race winning time from Bobber.
Bloody hell.
And that was quick for this time of the meeting. 61.19, is that even right? Because that's a good 2 seconds quicker than races after heat number 12.
But it is. So just before I give us the individual
I ain't done the
scorers...
result yet.
So, sorry.
We're coming back to Bellevue in just a moment. Yeah, result of V15 was won by the rider in blue, Christopher Harris, second in yellow, Dan Thompson, third in white, Ryan Douglas with the time of 61.19. That's 3 apiece, and then the final score at Kings Lynn is 43.47. If you want to do the final scorers from Bellevue, if we've got them, I'll do the final scorers from this one.
We haven't got the final scorers from Bellevue because we've just had Heat 14.
Shall we hang on and wait for 15 to be done now?
Go on then. Heat 14 was won by the rider in red, Zach Cook. Second in blue was Tate Ziski, and third in white was tactical substitute Danny King, with Jason Edwards coming last. So that's 5 points to Bellevue, 1 to Ipswich, and it's 57 points now to 27 with 1 to go. And just before we give you the individual scorers from here, if you like your Speedway podcasts and listening to people talk about Speedway, go give our friends at 15 Heats Later a listen, because they're quite good at doing the podcasting thing. They are very pool related, but they're very, very good people and they're worth a listen if you get the chance to.
One person in our predictions league got the score for this meeting we've just watched absolutely bang on.
Please don't tell me it was Alan.
No, Wheeler.
Play, Wheeler.
Absolutely spot on, he got that score. And all the rest of us had Kings Lynn to win, so we all look stupid.
Well, I think you did say that Wheeler was either going to look really smart or he was going to look really...
He's ended up looking really smart. The individual scorers for this meeting, actually, while we've got it, while Palmer waits for 15 to be done at Bellevue. For the Kings Lynn Stars, 43 points, Max Frick 5, Paco Castagna 1, Chris Harris 14, Ben Cook 4, Yankovic 8, Cooper Russian 7 plus 3, Jane Mulford 4. For the Leicester Lions, 47, Ryan Douglas 12 plus 1, Drew Kemp 4, Nick Morris 1, Dan Thompson 11, Sam Masters 7 plus 1, Carl Herriff 11 plus 2, and Joe Thompson 1.
So it is.
And if anyone's interested in Gate stats, Gate 1 had 2 wins, Gate 3 had 2 wins, Gate 2 had 5 wins, and with that Heat 15 result, Gate 4 had 6 wins.
Wins are good for the heart. The more they have, the more they'll fart.
Are you talking about Heinz? This meat beans use Heinz and all of that.
And Dan Thompson, probably deservedly, to be fair, getting double rider of the night this evening.
Yes, and I'm really looking forward to his vlog coming out this week, to be honest, hopefully. Now he's back fit and racing, he's back vlogging again, and they're very entertaining. If you do like watching Speedway vlogs and all that good stuff, give them a watch, they're really good.
Yeah. Absolutely can't disagree with that, me old cherub.
And we will have the conversation about a couple of things we didn't get to talk about in track grades tonight, because there weren't that many. It feels like they were trying to get it through with the threat of rain imminent, maybe.
Yeah, there's every possibility. I mean, it's not very often that we've got a meeting wrapped up, and it's just this minute gone 9 o'clock. So
yeah, we've felt really lucky with this one, and. We're back on Wednesday with Oxford and Redcar, and I do feel as though that meeting may not be quite so quick, and it may not be so dust-free either.
It's going to be another Leicester dust fest, isn't it?
But we will be watching along to that one.
Talking of Leicester, I do intend to be at the National League meeting they have there on Sunday, so if you see me there, please feel free to buy me a beer.
Nobody's going to buy you a beer. You keep banging this drum. Nobody's going to do it.
I know, but if you don't ask, you don't get. Well, from Manny, we have the lineup for Heat number 15. Going off gate 1 in the red helmet will be Zachary Cook. Off gate 2 in the white helmet colour will be Tobias Musliak. Off gate 3 in the blue helmet colour will be Peter Kildemand, and off gate 4 in Lello will be Daniel King.
Dan Thompson's just signed the BSN Rider of the Night Championship title, very WWE-esque. talking of that, I've missed WWE Raw from London to watch this.
Oh,
But it was a
bloody hell, it
decent
was on
meeting.
live today, wasn't
It
it?
was 7 o'clock. I'll watch that back tomorrow.
I might put it on to fall asleep too.
He's just had his picture took, signed it, gave it back. It's an interest. A lot of people don't like that, but it's something a little bit different, and you've got to do things that catch the attention and are a little bit different sometimes.
It's certainly unique.
We also intend at some point during the off season again to bring back the Tapes to Flag Speedway podcast to the channel. We have been looking at guests already. We've got one who will come back on as a returning guest. With Gavin Parr agreeing to come back on at the end of the season.
Excellent.
And
I'm glad you said that because I'd forgotten.
You and your memory. It's awful.
When you've got a lot going on, Bush, and not a lot between the eyes, it's hard to remember stuff.
So we are back again twice this week. We're back on Wednesday for Oxford and Redcar. We're back on Thursday for Ipswich and Bellevue, the return of tonight's meeting. But Bellevue seem a different... They don't seem a fantastic team, but Ipswich seem an awful team this year.
I think what Bellevue have done to Ipswich tonight, we've still got 8:15 to go. Ipswich could potentially do this to Bellevue on their own turf. I think both teams are...
Can you say that with confidence like you would have last season or the season before when it happened?
No, but I do
say that
think...
with confidence about this Ipswich team. I could see this Ipswich team losing at home to Bellevue.
I think both of these teams are very good teams around the home track. Well, I say very good. I mean, Ipswich nearly lost to Northampton twice.
Yeah.
But Ipswich should be a lot better around the home track. And Bellevue aren't necessarily the best travellers in the country.
We're actually still going later than BSN are still going.
Yeah, BSN are just doing a little highlights package now, so come on Bellevue, we ain't got all day, pals. When you're ready, like, it's no rush. Only got beds to go to and supper to have, and actually I've got a banging supper.
What you got?
Honey and toast.
Nice.
Do like honey on toast. Very underrated. Come on, Bellevue. How long does it take you to do a 63-second race? We've been waiting about 65 minutes.
We're such impatient people, aren't we?
We are, really, aren't we?
I blame the heat. It's too hot to be patient.
It's too... So what do we blame when it's not the heat?
The cold.
On the BSN updates, there's 222 people watching the updates from Bellevue.
Jeez.
Maybe when I get down to it, they might... Oh, no, they haven't put the score in. Bloody hell, come on, when you're ready, pals. No, it's still 57-27. Has something happened?
Has there been a crash or something?
I'm going to have a look on to normal updates. Speedway normal updates.
Nothing. There's nothing on there.
There's absolutely bloody nought.
I tell you what, whoever's been sending in the updates from that meeting isn't particularly a fan of Ipswich, are they?
What ones on normal updates?
Yeah, 814. Pointless tactical substitute for a predictably pointless Nichols.
I mean, they have a point. They have a very valid point.
we'll give it another minute or so, and if it ain't done, we'll sack it off for the night and get some pudding.
Oh, what you got for pudding?
Me, nothing, but you have. Or
Oh, come on. Come on, Manchesters. We ain't got all dynamite. What does BSN say? That still says same. I could have run up and down the stairs about 20 times in the time it took them to run 8:15.
In this heat, you would have died halfway up.
Halfway down. The first time.
Yes. Anything gone
on? Not on the... Oh, we have! So, heat number 15 then was a win for the rider in red, Zach Cook. Second in blue, Peter Kilderman, and third in white, Tobias Musliak. It's 5 points to Bellevue, 1 point to Ipswich, making the progressive score and the final score of the evening 62-28.
That Ipswich saw our Leicester lost last week and God, we could do one better than you.
And that loss now
is
means
the biggest
Ipswich
of the season.
As the highest of the season in the league, so Scuddy don't have that anymore.
Excellent. Do you want to quickly run us through the injured scorers on that one and we'll wrap up?
So for the Bellevue Aces, scoring 62 points. Brady Kurtz scored 14 plus 1. Norbert Badon 9 and 1. Peter Kilderman 11 and 3. Zach Cook 16 and 1. Obviously was rider replacement for Jason Doyle. Tate Ziski 8 and 1. William Cairns 4 and 1 for the Ipswich Witches. Then Tom Brennan scored 3.
Useless.
About as much use as Max Frick at Kings Lynn. Danny King 11. Richard Lawson 4. Scott Nichols 0. Tobias Musiak 6 and 1. Philip Oceanbangs 1. Jason Edwards 3 and 1.
Danny King was a one-man team, weren't
he? It seems to be that. How long did Bellevue go without trying to sign Danny King?
Yeah, it's true. He does like it there, doesn't he? Do you want to wrap us up for this one then?
Well, so that was Kings Lynn versus Leicester. Bellevue versus Ipswich was somewhere in there as well. We're going to die in this heat. If we don't, we'll see you on Wednesday. Ta-ra!